questions. Would you all agree that the state of the situation today is largely a reflection of the intense consumerist and commodified kind of existence that we are all a part of? I mean, the whole idea of homogeneity and celebration of mediocrity,
Yeah.
is all a reflection of that. And I'd like to also raise the question about the lady here said things about excellence. I mean, we have gone through years and years of training to reach somewhere near perfection.
Correct.
I mean, we don't know what that perfection is,
Yeah.
but we are always trained by our gurus to excel in what we are doing. If we are going to not do that, then what am I going to train my students for? In fact, there shouldn't be any training then. You just get up one fine day, drum a little bit, and that you'll be a tabla player.
Yeah, a fight to the bottom.
Yeah, I mean, when we are talking about the struggle that an artist is involved in, of course there's a financial struggle, but a very deeper level of struggle is the aesthetic struggle that you're going through of finding your own voice through your work. I think
You've
that-
actually thrown up something very, very pertinent, and I wish we had some more time. But you know, I'm going to complicate the issue again, Anish bhai, by throwing in another little bit of technology, which has actually complicated this issue further. You know, you have in the entire recording industry now. Let's put aside the live industry for a minute. In the recording industry, you have the Melodyne and the Autotuner, which fixes all your pitch. So many singers are actually saying that रियाज करने का फायदा क्या है? I don't need to practice. I don't need to hit that right note because anyway, if I'm basically a playback singer, that note is going to be fixed anyway. So why should I spend 4 hours a day, 5 hours a day practicing? So that's a huge area. I mean, there's no end to that space, and it is kind of ironic, I think, for us because our generation, because we grew up on all those ideologies and we heard from our gurus, itna riyaz karoge, utna perfection hoga, utna you'll hit the right note, play the right na. Ek na nikalne ke liye you spend 5 hours for 2 weeks, you get the na right, and then somebody comes with one machine, switches on something, and the na is perfect. So what do you do with that? I think we're all grappling and struggling here with the issues that are plaguing us today. But to end this session on a positive note, I'd also like to say that there is so much hope around us, especially as we all agreed with the net opening up in this way, and people coming closer to each other. I do endorse hugely the point Shubhaji made that if we can create more forums, where we get to interact, because I think that is a very, very important thing. And I'm sure for the writing world as well, that if there is a sense of camaraderie, there's a sense of, togetherness, then so many things can be thrown up. Problems can be solved. We can actually approach professional problems together. And I think that we can do that if that's possible. It's still a little far in the horizon, though you and Shubhaji have put it much nearer. You've done a lot in that direction, and we totally appreciate that. In fact, we try to imitate that in what we do here in many ways, and we're imitating it pretty successfully as well. So,
But can I make a request,
Yes,
please,
please.
that in this very beautiful, magnificent monument, the exhibits hardly talk about art and culture in this city. They have a picture of Tagore from a play, but there is no mention of music or any other art in this very monument, in the exhibits here. Perhaps we can start by making a collective request to them to please include that as well.
Yeah. Well, I think that's definitely something which should be looked into. I'm afraid we've run out of time, and we have a very strict disciplinarian lady right there who has. But thank you so much for being part of this discussion. You've been wonderful as well. And thank you, Aatish, and thank you, Shubhaji. And it was an absolute pleasure. Great fun.